I'm Alexandra Caulfield.
And I'm Ryder White.
And you're watching
a Canadian Framelines video update.
Welcome to weekly update number 23 for the week of June 3rd, 2012.
Wow. Yeah. 23. It means it's only 3 more weeks until weekly update 26, which means only 26 more updates until the end of the year. And you know what that means. Big changes.
Only 29 more updates till we leave. I'm so excited, I'm tongue-tied. We went to Hats Off Day yesterday.
If you didn't see our video that we cut together of the parade and festivities there.
So if you check out our channel, you can see a little video we made that just compiled some of the fun stuff we did on Hats Off Day yesterday. So that would be good to check out. Just youtube.com/Canadian Framelines if you're not already there.
Yeah, I think these little festivals are kind of a really interesting, moment to gain some insight into Canadian society, local society. I mean, that's probably the same anywhere. I think it's the same in the States and a lot of other places that have these little festivals. It's always like a very rich ground for observation and kind of understanding. You get to gain greater insights in a shorter period of time into cultural and societal behaviors. So it's always fun to go and take some photographs and take some video. I also went up to Madeira Park on the Sunshine Coast a couple weeks ago for their May Day festival, and that was great. A little small town parade and the whole works. So I think we're going to be kind of compiling a little bit of a collection of these parades and summer festivities in the Lower Mainland as time goes on, so make sure you keep an eye out for them.
Yeah, and if you have any cool events that are local to your town or community in the Lower Mainland, if they're this summer, because that's where we're going to be based right now, we'd love to come check them out. I mean, we know about a few, but we don't know everything about everywhere, so invite us down and we'd love to come hang out.
What have we been working on this week?
This week we have been working lots of work on our plan for our press kit and all our media stuff that we have coming up in a couple weeks, our media blitzing, and as well just a lot of preparation for our fundraiser. A lot of little things, a lot of organizational stuff, and I
guess it's pretty obvious to people who've been doing fundraising for a while, but if you're starting your own little project, it might be good insight to know that in advance that you're only going to hit a little bit of the target and for any given activity. We went to Hats Off Day and we passed out some of the postcards that we had, and then it was a little dismaying. Alex and Ricky saw one of the cards on the ground a little while later, and we're like,
no. But we only saw one on the ground. So hopefully everyone else took them
home.
So I guess that brings us to, we'd really appreciate it if you find us interesting, or maybe even if you find us boring but you think our idea is interesting and other people that we might capture could be very, very interesting, then spread us around, share our Facebook page and whatnot, because it means the world to us when you guys watch our little videos.
It really does.
And did you have a little thing you wanted to talk about?
Well, yeah, it's become clear over the past couple weeks we've had some more questions about the whole Super 8 thing. Like, why Super 8 specifically? And I guess it's just so it's cemented in our heads that maybe we haven't really done a good job of answering it clearly. So I'll just go over and restate that a little bit. I was finding, actually, that every medium that you choose to tell a story, tells a story in a different way, of course. I mean, that kind of stands to reason. And for instance, two different perceptions of an incident in the written word, you can tell it in a novel, you can tell it in a poem, and those are going to influence the reception of that incident in very different ways. They're going to speak to very different parts of the mind.
I think that people can also relate to that when they see, if they've read a book and they see it adapted for movies, even if in the movie they're really faithful to all the events of the book and the portrayal of the book, it still comes off. There's something that if someone's watched the film and hasn't seen them and hasn't read the book, then they're not going to maybe get the same understanding of a character or a place or other events, right? So that might be a way people can relate to it.
So for in our case, what we're really looking to do with Canadian Framelines is to give people a chance to construct images that portray their own feelings and relay their own feelings and have this sense of being worked, of being crafted by the actual people who shot the footage. We definitely want a concrete link between the author and the exhibited product. Hopefully that, the people who shot the film will be in attendance when the film is screened, at least the first time. But as it keeps going around, of course, we want that feeling to continue. So what we find with Super 8, particularly with hand processing, is that you can have the opportunity to leave a mark on the film in many different ways. Everything you shoot about it, and all of its imperfections vary from place to place and situation to situation, and then of course in the processing, you always end up with some scratches and some marks and some undeveloped spaces and fingerprints even sometimes. So, we're really looking forward to having all of those marks in the films. Even like what is it? It's Japanese teapot makers or something. They cherish imperfections.
Japanese tea sets. There's a big tradition of tea set creation in Japan. One thing that they say is that they cherish the imperfections in the tea sets because that is the mark of the person who's making them. So it just has to do with how their hand slipped that one time and all the little different moments that went into creating the tea set, and that person's essence and their being is somehow left in that tea set.
Yeah, so there you go. It's a kind of brief overview of why film. Also cheaper than 16mm.
Why Super 8, yeah. If you really want to know more, on July the 1st, once again, we will remind everyone that we're going to be down on Granville Island for Canada Day with our bus, so please come and check us out. It's very cool. It will be a whole lot of fun. And Ryder can explain to you lots more about film in general, Super 8 in particular, and if you have any specific questions that are just burning in your brain, you can bring them with you, and he'd be happy to go over anything you're interested in.
And we'll have fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it. So only 4 more weeks. 4 weeks. How much?
Not much.
All right. Well, you all have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this. And we hope to see you all on Sunday, July the 1st at Granville Island.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.